So we continue with our focus on the war against insurgency, and we're getting another insight from retired General Ibrahim Haruna, who's also a security consultant. You're welcome to the news at 10.
Good evening.
So as a retired military officer, do you think we have enough men executing the war?
To determine that, one has to know the threats and the kind of warfare and the various agencies you are going to employ. In our own case, there is no analysis of threats. We seem to be fighting as if the military is engaged in a foreign insurgency operation. They are fighting an internal domestic operation. So the strategies that are used in, for example, the superpowers fighting in Pakistan and other places cannot be employed in the domestic internal front. We have to know that principally we have our excellent police who perform outside, who can perform internally if well equipped and so on. And they would know how to take the challenges and the threats internally. But the way the military have been involved in this particular insurgency and terrorism seems to be out of place and out of sync with the functional responsibilities assigned to the armed forces and police and other agencies. So there is a kind of model. You cannot therefore determine exactly how much military, how much civil and other forces you need, because
now this change of strategy you're talking about, would it include increasing the funding for the men at the forefront of this battle?
Yes, the conception of the funding in this case appeared to be increasing firepower and manpower for the military. But since that is not the kind of warfare we are supposed to be fighting against people we have responsibility for as citizens, you have to take a style that absorbs them into the prospective continuance of being good citizens in the country. And therefore some of the functions being taken by, say, the military ought to be taken either by police or other social agencies. And therefore the concentration would not be on military manpower and military firepower.
Now, there was a recent thing that happened in the Senate today, on rehabilitation of what government has described as repentant Boko Haram insurgents. Do you think it's the good strategy?
As I said, my focus is that if you were fighting in a foreign territory, you can have repentant terrorists or insurgents. But when you are fighting substantially, you are fighting your own citizens, because you should be able to separate the citizens or other people who are brought in for the fair and into the fair. So in terms of your own citizens, you have to look at it from the perspective that you have to dissuade them from taking arms against their country, and you do it with such forces and agencies that will have them absorbed seamlessly over time. And therefore it's not a function for the military firepower as such.
Okay, thank you so much, sir, for joining us on the News at 10 today.
Thank you.